the meantime, tower taken by Team Spirit. Pure thinking to himself, there's not really anything else to do there. Still just working on the perseverance. I mean, are they going to be able to come online in time? Like, the Kez going in for this item, you know, trying to play with the Invoker. Doom has not been able to do anything. Like, who's going to do anything for Iron Wing?
I mean, Ahri really needs this level 6. I mean, that's the truth of it. Like, Whitemon's still level 4.
Yeah.
He's hoping that they can get some plays up here to maybe get him a little XP, but I imagine it's Ahri picking up a little bit. There he goes. Level 6. Unfortunately, it is spotted under an Observer Ward by the Radiant that they left near that previous Tier 2 down bottom, so they're going to be aware that Ahri has hit 6 and will definitely be looking for a maneuver. Not-Me's a pretty hard target to go for. Larl's playing really far back right now, just farming the jungle.
Yeah, I mean, this Doom also hitting level 6 now, so there is an opportunity there, but I mean, it's pretty hard to just walk up and Doom these heroes. Cue to like 5 minutes from now when he walks up and Dooms the hero.
Yes, you know,
there's no doubt that's
it do be like
happen.
that sometimes.
But we'll see. He's got the little Ogre Smasher creep as well. Love to see that. Yeah, eyes on a Midas. I mean, that's the type of game it is. Iron Wing understanding early, like, we need to just sort of dodge and get to our items. We'll see if he decides to fully commit for that or not, as the stacks are being built. The other plus side is Team Spirit does not know about these yet.
That is the real question mark, right? Because you have the Meteor Hammer done for the Invoker. We know we need this recovery for pretty much everyone on this team, so any stacks are amazing at the moment. And the fact that Collapse on this core off lane Undying is not able to rotate in here is very good news for them. So here's what the panel discussed. Ice Wall, Meteor Hammer. Go ahead, do this in your pubs.
It's very nice.
Get some gold.
It is a lot of gold, and Doom there to help out. Take a couple of these along the way as well. Yeah, this is, you know, their sort of catch-up mechanic. You can see it's not really fully caught up, as Team Spirit has had a really good early game, but it's something. It at least starts getting them to that next item, those next levels that maybe are going to allow them to prevent some of this snowball from continuing to roll, as Maelstrom is done for Yatoro already.
And the next stage of that is taking these top towers. We got big rotations coming from Iron Wing up top. They want to defend this tier 1.
Tornado does connect. They've got the Meteor Hammer after the fact, but finds the shackle onto both of them.
I like how he
control.
He stops for the power shot anyway, even though it's not going to do anything, you know?
And they do lose the tusk.
Yeah, Roos forced to snowball, ends up dying. They're going to keep chasing here. That is not going to hit from Pure. Oh!
Very nice collapse. So 12-6, and again, just trying to defend this. Like, we've got two cores in the hard camp.
Being hit by a power shot by Not-Me as well.
That feels so bad.
Yeah, we're sharing the hard camp together, and somehow the support is stealing some of it from us. Meanwhile, they're smoking up. Now, where do you even go, though? Like, do you try and wrap around them? They're scanning to see if they can get up onto this high ground right now.
I mean, if they get around and find Invoker up there, Collapse is sort of hanging out with his tiara there. Oh, cuts the tree, too. They do manage to hit the Sharpshooter. Sunstrike, walk back into it.
Okay, here comes the wraparound.
Sometimes you get it freehand, but this would be a nice kill to get in turn. BZM disarmed for the moment. They decide to go for the Rolling Thunder forward. Find and kill BZM. Pure, can he get out of there? Dust? Got him under control. Shackle will not latch, but I think they have enough damage anyways. Backs away, fear down. Laurel is in trouble and going to die to this. But they got what they came for. Is it going to be any more? Yes, they managed to find Rue. In the meantime, Yatoro is losing, or sorry, they're taking down that tower.
A nice use of the space, I will say that. Not a good trade except for the tower. That part of it is good for Spirit, but that is not what they drew up, right? Collapse was hoping to bait them into the engagement and sort of take it at the same time. Instead, he dies first. Now, in the end, they're also going to lose Not-Me, so...
Yeah.
Costly take of a tier 1 mid. Collapse does get a revenge kill onto Ahri here, as he starts heading into a the modern-day Largo build.
Right.
Can't, you know, name this hero. Could be either.
I will say it does look like things have gotten a lot better for Iron Wing over the last couple of minutes. Like, yes, Yatoro is still immense, but there has been a couple of these trade fights that look pretty good. Now, this would be pretty bad if Pure gets brought down. Do they have a way to chase him any further? Dust out. Does not have anything but the slowdown there and a punch. Ooh, but the save coming. Pure caught. And they just have enough.
too much chase and catch happening right now. And we're going to have that early Essence Distiller on Not Me as well. That'll be the first choice here. We see it a lot versus the Kez. Keep tracking him down for this ulti. Very annoying.
Another tier 1 tower taken. Sub 14 minutes. And we have not been able to get similar success on these buildings across the rest of the map. Laurel thinks about going up high ground. Ari not quite going to be able to get him there with the bushwhack. I mean, it is a lot. Like, if you get a bushwhack with the, you know, finding the sharpshooter into a Sunstrike, somebody will die to that.
It's true, but they're playing defense in their own jungle right now, just trying to hold them back. He's trying to provide a space for BZM and 3-3 to farm, but they're losing their own Wisdom Root.
Yeah.
And now we got Wisdom trying to also be taken on the Radiant side by Collapse, so they've lost all 4 of the Wisdoms so far this game.
Yeah, the experience difference is definitely a problem. Somehow Not Me is still just level 7 on the Wind Ranger. That's fine. He's been running around trying to do a lot. But yeah, the big difference maker is going to be between that lone druid and the other heroes. And you've seen what this hero can do when he's left to just his devices.
Look at BZM right now. My guy has been sitting in the jungle. He's just hiding behind his tier 2, lasting with Forge Spirits.
Yeah.
You know, he is having a bad time.
It's very true. I mean, he's got eyes on the Boots of Travel. In the meantime, there's a smoke going towards Kez. And Ari, Whitemon, are they going to try and pull him into this and make a go at somebody?
They do need someone here to kill, though.
I mean, look, like, that's the thing. He needs to farm, too. If they miss on this smoke, it feels really bad. So, yeah.
And look what Rue's doing, right? We're seeing this a lot this TI, especially near the end of the group stage. The supports, if you are winning, they're just doing a lot of this.
Yeah.
A lot of finding a buddy. You know, if you get lost in the woods, you're supposed to hug a tree. That's what you're supposed to do, so that, you know, you don't move around too much and the search and rescue can find you. Rue is hugging a core. You know, he wants to keep them alive. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, and now they know. Now they know they're heading down this way. Are they going to try and fully commit for taking this? I mean, they brought 4 heroes for Iron Wing, so it feels like this is going to turn into that, but I don't know if Spirit are going to give it up for nothing. They're already smoking.
The glyph hits on the Meteor Hammer, though. Feels good.
Starting to make the move. Not me.
There goes a lot of heroes.
Blue collapse nearby. They get the tower. Can they get out? Iron Wing trying to run. They find one. It's Whitemon. I think if you're Iron Wing, you're going to be happy with just losing him. So 3,000 gold lead here at 6 minutes. Staying steady as Collapse almost has that first item, Octarine, done.
Oh, yeah.
What a shackle from Not Me. Finds him, gets him, kills him.
I heard Not Me had a deal with the manager that if he plays well enough on Wind Ranger, they're going to buy him that statue.
Oh my God.
And so far, he's 5 out of 6 on the shackle. So
and
I hope they pre-ordered one.
I mean, I feel like if you... Oh, as the Doom comes out on the Collapse, is he actually going to die here? Oh, they're bringing in a lot of numbers. He's low. Sunstrike not going to hit Collapse. He lives through the Doom. And now 33, the double shot through with Not Me. Oh, it's pretty. It's very pretty. Wow.
Oh, yeah. That's the Agnum Scepter now finished as well for this Lone Druid, by the way. We have entered the problem zone right now. The Essence Distiller as well for the Wind Ranger to try and deal with this Kez. Problematic issues arising now for Iron Wing as they, again, just try and get some gold on these heroes to try and find a spot where they can actually fight, because there are uncertainties in Dota. You don't know where the enemy core is farming in the fall. You can't be sure of it, but you know that the Tormentor is going to spawn in 20 minutes. Do you think you can fight that Tormentor right now as Iron Wing?
Oh, God, no.
It doesn't look like it, does it?
I mean,
you would like to.
Right. The other thing, though, too, is that, like, as the map is getting more and more constricted, it's feeling like they're really pushing Iron Wing into a corner where there's only going to be a couple of places where they're able to farm. If they can keep this sort of pincher move going and keep them stuck in a certain area, the pickoffs are going to be relentless. But time will tell how this one ends up working out. Iron Wing definitely have some late game potential if they can handle this storm of pressure coming from Team Spirit. And it's worth noting, this is not what Team Spirit is like known for.
I was about to bring that up, actually. We have a reversal of roles right now. Right, this is typically, it's Team Spirit who are down maybe 4K around 20 minutes, but you got this faith that, like, how they'll win a big team fight.
And they don't, I mean, they're ahead now, so it's pretty dang good. Ari throws out the sharpshooter, not going to connect in a meaningful way. In the meantime, the bear is found, but with Rue nearby, they just end up being Invoker who goes down first.
Yeah, not much you can do about that bear. Time to just back it up. But yeah, it's Team Spirit that are known for these comebacks. It's not really an Iron Wing thing. Iron Wing are used to having some sort of a cheeky little part of their lineup. They grind their way into a lead, and they just hold that lead. They don't tend to make really aggressive moves either to like really grow that lead. They're very happy like holding a 5K lead till Roche, and then they get their Roche, and then they feel more comfortable moving forward. But when they're behind like this, it's a different game for them.
Right, you had that sort of thing that you were talking about of like sort of the highlight plays of Team Spirit.
Yeah, that's their go-to. I mean, they are making highlight plays right now for this game for sure. Like, Team Spirit is a team that they might be behind a little bit, but you see these individually efforts and these like 2 or 3 hero skirmishes that really impress you, or the way they take a fight after immediately losing the Aegis is like classic Team Spirit. Maybe they just aren't as used to playing from ahead, and that'll hurt them.
Okay.
That's the cope right now if you're an Iron Wing fan.
Well, they start the Doom right away. Snowball save on everything. Is it going to be enough to keep him alive? Tornado after the fact. Ori is already dead. Now it is going to be enough to kill off the Undying. As
Okay.
the ice wall is down, tries to stop any extra aggro, and it's a blink away from Doom understanding the danger.
Good trade.
Yeah.
Support for a core. I mean, Ari, you are kind of hoping to scale him a little bit in his classic way, so that hurts to be losing him, but you still get a better trade out of it. Not if you lose your Kez, though.
This one feels mighty bad as
Oh,
Pure nowhere left to go. Laurel and Collapse make their move, and well, even a little bit of retribution as they take down the bear. It never feels as good as a real core kill, though.
No, there's 2 heroes this tournament that have had this very frustrating impact, I think, to play against, of they're dead and then suddenly they're back. And that's the Ember, who can immediately buy back into the Remnants, and it's this Undying with the Ceaseless Dirge. Like, you're supposed to kind of gain something when you kill a core hero, and he was just back and just immediately killed Pure.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then he's just out on the map farming again with his Octarine core. Oh, that is... I did not make the connection with the Ceaseless Surge. That's very funny. That's
very cool.
very clever.
I liked it.
Everything else about it's already really good. I didn't even consider that.
Well, they are going to move on into the Roche now with the 4K gold lead. Team Spirit just before Wisdoms. Maybe this means Iron Wing is finally going to be able to get a Wisdom rune. It looks like it as Whitemon is heading over that direction. And yeah, you can see just the idea is immediately into a Ghost Scepter and a Blink Dagger.
All right, they got a Wisdom Shrine.
Let's go.
Woo! All right, the good news, it is only a 4K lead. And
Yeah.
like this is the classic of, we seem to be getting these big leads right out of the laning stage, and the leads often stall out. Part of that is because the map is very big, right? There is a lot of places to farm. So if you don't invade and take away these really like tight areas near the tier 2 on either side for heroes to farm, then they can keep up. And Spirit, we're a little slow getting some of the towers as well. So it slowed down the progression to taking those zones away, as say with Whitemon fall. But again, this is the issue where the Tormentor's up, the Roche is up. They can definitely take these very easily on Spirit if they ever want to bring in Yadoro for them. The longer you wait, the better chance Iron Wing do have to defend them as well.
Right.
So I think there is somewhat of a pressure here to go after the these objectives.
Right, to keep the ball rolling.
Like, not just the Aegis, right? Get the Tormentor as well.
I mean, this right here is going to be a little scary. If the bear does that to your carry just to steal away a Centaur, it speaks to how comfortable they're feeling in the game. And now Blink Dagger done on the Tusk. So bringing Pure a little bit low with the bear, and now hunting in with more. Pure gets immediately caught by Laurel, and yeah, 2 salvos, he's down. Whitemon not going to be long for that world either as they move in with Laurel. Get that kill too.
Keep in mind, I think Lone Druid's at like a, 35 or something % win rate? Am I crazy on that? I feel like this hero has struggled, actually. Like, it was a hero, we all know it's very powerful, but some teams were struggling to succeed with it because it felt like it didn't do a lot early.
Right.
We have 9 kills on this bear at 22 minutes. So either Team Spirit really thought about that in terms of, you know, we should get some connections with the hero and like try and be aggressive a bit early and utilize this. I guess that must be part of it, because it kind of makes sense that this is the hero you would offer up in the draft after seeing the whole group stage as a unit, right? And recognizing, you know, what heroes did really well, like that Earth Spirit, and what heroes seem to be struggling, like the Lone Druid.
Well, and some of that is the early kills, but also I think just the laning setup and switching that Undying to offlane really changed the dynamic of what the draft was looking like. And Iron Wing were not able to adjust quickly enough, obviously. And just kind of got ran at so far. It's not out of this world that they're going to be able to make something happen, but these types of systems are a little scary. The fear is there. Looking for a Doom, maybe 33. Thinking about a chase. They've got the Tusk already onto the Invoker, but the turnaround is going to be there.
Nice.
So an overextension from Spirit. Iron Wing, they capitalize.
I think all of their good moments have just been turnaround plays. Like, have they initiated much of an aggressive maneuver at all in Iron Wing?
I don't think so.
It certainly hasn't been their forte, this one.
Like maybe one Doom down bottom onto Collapse, but yeah, it's not been a whole lot of that.
So there is this forced pressure coming out here from Team Spirit, and whenever you make those moves, you have to be very certain that you're going to connect and at least get a good trade.
They were very ready in that area. So Team Spirit, Laurel and Collapse heading down bottom. We'll see if the Bear decides to come and join them. He already has 3 components of an Aghanim Scepter along with Blink Dagger. Laurel, I mean, there.
We have that shard on the Undying too with the snowball, so trying to kill these heroes is going to be very tough because that Ag is going to add even more HP to this Pengu already. He has his barriers going. He's going to get pushed in the snowball, put in the tombstone. It's very difficult to get a final kill here, and they've struggled to link together all their abilities, right? Like some sort of a bushwhack into the Wheel of Wonder, try and lock them all down. It's not all hitting right now. The Shiva's Guard will be great if they can get it here onto 3-3 as he gets punched up. Forced to BKB. He is worried about there being more heroes here. Turns out it was just a little goblin.
But Whitemon, they find him. Now going into the box, Laurel was looking for more, can't quite get it. Collapse does get brought down by BZM. So a big kill there. Are they going to be able to do so? I mean, he's got Doom. Oh, this would be such a big get if they can get it.
Get him.
Right on top. Oh, no, that was your moment.
Oh, he didn't know. Well, he did the math.
Yeah.
You know, he's like, I would have to, like, it wasn't going to work. It wouldn't be enough.
Oh, BZM does manage to get out of there.
It is very funny to find the fake hero. This lone druid just off hermiting his way into the small little camps on the edge of the map by their base.
Right. I mean, it was probably not enough time on the Aegis that it would have mattered anyways. So just now expires. But 26 minutes, and you can definitely feel it is a game of cat and mouse going on right now. Team Spirit trying to hunt and kill Iron Wing where they can, and Iron Wing just hunting creep waves, stopping Team Spirit from pushing these out and getting pressure onto the towers. They've done a good job of keeping them off their tier 2s.
They've done an excellent job of keeping this lead stagnant for Spirit.
Yes.
Like, it is not a great sign. It feels like Iron Wing are still able to move out pretty freely on their side of the map and get a lot of the camps that they want. Now 3-3. Has to be careful here.
Finds him.
Has his BKB.
The punch is there. Now catching him in the shards. That's Doom down. Essence Distiller already expended. Does he have enough to live through this? That don't work, buddy.
Should be all right on this Doom.
And now with Yadro forward, they find the shackle, the latch, the connection, and 33 going down.
No backup in time here from the rest of Iron Wing. Now, again, this is 3-3, like, kind of playing a little bit ahead. He's giving the space to his Kez and his Invoker so they can be farming in there, because Kez is really good.
Right.
Like, Kez is a hero that, if they don't start snowballing early, they tend to struggle to catch up here as they just drop another. But that's his BKB, so Kez can now play the game.
BZM, they pop the dust, see him there. Collapse walks forward, don't know what he thought was going to happen there. A tornado barely keeps him alive. And now going to be able to find that kill. With Pure in the area, hops back inside the tombstone for Collapse, thinks about walking into him. Draining mana, stepping forward. Not me, Yatoro, they're right on top of Pure. Pure needs to get out of there. They slow him down a bit. Do they have enough though? Not quite. The Wheel of Wonder will not get any hypnotizes out. So it's going to be forced to TP away.
Well, it's instantly back to pushing out this mid lane as BZM.
Yeah.
They dive pretty deep, but Yadoro's still working on that top tier 2 tower. The heroes are going to come in here, though. I don't think he's going to get a chance to finish this off. They're not sticking with the bear. They're worried about the fight after. Or not. Or the bear's just going to get it, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, never mind. All right. We're just gonna let it go. That's fine.
Yeah, not a big
Who wants a tier 2?
It's all good. So a gem picked up now for Wind Ranger. You're still wanting to get into that Aghanim Scepter that gives you so much more freedom to make moves. Iron Wing, they finish a Shiva's Guard, but it's a BKB now done for Lone Druid as well. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely feeling like they're gonna need to win a fight at some point, or like hope that Team Spirit overextend in weird ways, because I don't think they can win 5-on-5s at this point.
No, this bear with a BKB is a problem. Like, he is just gonna run in. What is gonna happen to him? What are they gonna do? He's just gonna start eating somebody.
Yeah. Disperser looking to be next. Team Spirit playing around. Potentially the 30-minute Tormentor. We'll see if that's what they decide to do.
They took it very late. We're waiting for them for a while.
Got it.
Yeah.
Keeping this gold lead steady. Iron Wing playing opposite side of the map. They could potentially start pressuring the top side. I mean, you're not going to be able to trade towers.
Yeah, they know Roche could be up right now, so this is the let's get our wards down and let's just guarantee it, and yeah, that feels bad. There goes the Aghanim Scepter for quite a while on this Kez. Did he? Oh, he still the rest to buy, right? Because he finished the PK. Yeah, whatever. It's fine. That's okay.
The bear comes in, gets another tier 2 tower
Just for
in mid.
free?
Yeah, no response at all. Oh God, I mean, you've got to kill this bear here, surely.
I mean, they've made a decision in terms of when they're not going to fight.
Yes. Ari, Adoro looks for another. That ward. Get out of there, buddy. The woodlandness of you will not save you from the bear.
I mean, that's lore accurate. I don't think a bear is very good at catching a squirrel.
That's a good point.
You know?
Yeah, she get a buff for Hoodwink. Definitely a hero that needs it.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, second Roche is up now. 33, still sitting pretty with his Midas. And being hemmed into their base.
Yeah, they just had a Sunstrike there from Iron Wing to scout the fact that Roche is up.
Okay,
So
smoke up.
they know they're coming down. This is it. This is their aggressive maneuver. They're going to move carefully, with purpose, to potentially find their first real aggressive maneuver of the game. Lyrical, it's not progressing very forward.
No.
It appears to be just
It's
a
a
slope
lateral.
on their own. We've gone from the North American football to rugby.
Yes.
We simply throw the ball to the side. I understand.
They would really like to catch this bear, and he's gone. Yeah, that one hurts. That doesn't feel great.
The sideways smoke.
Okay.
They
Okay.
have more smokes.
I
They
mean-
do have another smoke. They actually have many smokes. They haven't done it. They have 3 smokes right now. Okay.
Dude, that
All right.
positives. Look
So
at the
this is
upside.
it's kind of like when you throw a dart the first time and you're way off. But you
Yeah.
know that was just like a calibrating dart, right?
Yes.
You're understanding. Now they understand their side is clear. They can smoke slightly further.
Yes.
You know, a smoke gank begins with a single smoke gank that's bad.
Well, let's see if they can get one here on Spirit. They are running directly into the area that Iron Wing is at.
The bear.
But a TP away from the Invoker. I mean, yeah, I think they just recognize that they still can't really fight this easily.
Oh, he just blinked.
Yeah, Ari is going to get caught and killed here, but
It's sad that blinking to his own jungle is considered an aggressive blink right now,
Yeah.
but that was an aggressive blink.
I mean, Team Spirit is just, they're so good at this type of, this point in the game, reading the map, understanding where their opponents are going to be, and then, of course, playing around objectives. This is where Team Spirit, you know, it's their bread and butter.
Yeah, and they're not messing around. Roshan has roared. They instantly drop the tombstone. This is not a place you can fight as Iron Wing. And, okay, safety first.
Yes, he got hit by the Essence Distiller, so had to BKB to get out of there. Meanwhile, Kez, is he going to be so lucky? EZM Whitemon retreating, understanding what could be coming their way. Not me, still on the chase. He's a little bit ahead of the rest of the heroes on the team, except for Yadoro on the bear. who's going to run right into Pure. Broken, feared, rooted, damage out. That is your carry. That is your carry. That doesn't feel good at all. Pure, can he manage to get away? They drop the Doom onto the Wind Ranger. Yatoro does not appear to be giving up. They just chased him down. The solo kill.
Mr. Yatoro, I don't feel so good.
Look at this guy. And now another.
Okay,
Oh, another.
come on.
Another. You need more heroes to deal with the bear. It is eventually going to get brought down. Oh, the crowd liked that.
Yeah, not a button he's had to press too often this game. Summon Bear.
Yeah. You're not wrong.
Jeez. All right, the new model is out. That is absurd.
A very, very strong bear. 32-15. And
But Lyrical, he had a BKB.
he did have a BK.
Why did he still die?
I mean, you know,
This hero seems quite strong.
I will say Lone Druid just got a little bit stronger with the finished disperser now done. And I mean, okay, if they can kill the bear right now, actually this could be an issue. Will they be able to? They're thinking about it, but they baited out. Now the Walrus Punch 33 nullified, roll through from Laurel. They know he doesn't have a BKB because he used it down bottom. BZM jumps in, finds the Undying, good damage out, gets the kill. Another overextension by Spirit. And now
They have to chase. This is so desperately needed. They've cut the lead down a little bit here too.
Laurel got to get away. He doesn't have much mana at all to use his abilities.
Ari's still trying to find him. They see the creeps where they are moving, but the tier 2 is still up. It's going to be a bit too far to chase. They will regain control of their outpost. So that relieves some of the pressure. And not me seeing his friends dead. Just get a little bit of farm at the top of the map.
Notably, did not have to use resummon again, as the bear did get out. So we'll have it for a little while. Yeah, showing in that last instance how strong the EMP can be from the Invoker, just burning through the mana of several of these heroes. It's a big issue.
And Iron Wing exploring a new territory here, the Radiant side of the map. I think the first time they've actually gone through their Ancients at the moment. Unfortunately, they don't find anyone to kill. They will now find Not Me on his way back over to his own side, though.
Yeah, silenced and dead.
And keeping their numbers advantage right now. This can keep them a little further on the map than maybe they should be. Bear forced to BKB.
33 decides not to drop it there, and the bear gets away. So yes, a 5K gold lead. It's sort of dwindling back and forth a little bit here. Team Spirit, for the last several minutes, have taken a couple of hits. Still in a strong and comfortable position, but we'll see if that continues to change.
Yeah, for me right now, the gold lead isn't really the factor. It is the saves. It is the layering of the saves that are still available here on Team Spirit that gives them the edge in these team fights. And that's what I'm looking for Iron Wing, is how do they deal with that? Again, going to use another smoke. They're burning through their stockpiles right now.
This has got to work for him, and Collapse, the first person they run into.
Good.
KB response, he gets the ulti off, immediately doomed. Laurel rolling around, doesn't quite connect onto Pure or Ari, but 33 is in pretty far, and now Laurel is going to hunt the Invoker while 33 gets gobbled up by the Lone Druid. BZM, BKB out, throws out a couple good meteors, manages to burn through that Aegis. Okay, 1 for 2 so far. Collapse is going to be able to live through most of this, but eventually, oh, he gets saved in the tombstone. Yatoro there, right on top of Pure. Is Collapse going to go down? Yes, but now Rooted, saved by
All right, what are they going to do?
Ringmaster.
Is it time to leave? Are they going to chase?
The Shackle lands, a really good one connecting from the Forge Spirit. Pure going to pop the ulti. Yatoro continues to run in with the bear. It's low, and eventually it dies.
All right, summon force out here again from Yatoro. More gold going the way of Iron Wing. And the insta-doom on the Undying, that is the key target,
yes.
Right? That's definitely the hero that's going to have the most impact on. It removes one of the saves, since he's got that shard on the tombstone, and also reduces, obviously, his just ridiculous amount of healing and everything. The problem is he is surviving through it, but he is a little bit weaker as he engages into the rest of the fight, so that helps them bring him down.
We talked about BZM being the answer for this lineup. And Iron Wing, if they could manage to come away with a victory here, this would be one of the more impressive wins that we've seen from them. Because as you said, this is not a team that's, you know, known consistently for coming back like crazy. Obviously they can do it, but Team Spirit in the late game is a difficult beast to battle against.
We saw in the panel, right, talking about the match duration and the averages that they have.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're very similar, averaging around like 46 minutes, I believe, in terms of their games. So both of them very confident heading late. They both had some late games already in this tournament. And late game is when you get a little bit of time. You know, the idea of the game becomes quite a bit clearer. You learn all kinds of new things every game of Dota that you play in terms of interactions and ways you can deal with a certain combination that is afflicting you.
BZM.
They're afflicting him with some spells.
This is the Basher reveal from Laurel. Do they have a way to break it? Yes, they do. So BZM finally going to be punished as Laurel picks up that key item.
I got a bear. I got a basher. We're gonna have a hard time BKB TPing out of this one.
Oh yeah. So that is the type of kill that Team Spirit need to feel confident moving forward here. And it looks like they're going to try and pressure this bottom
Collapse
tower.
Collapse has moved the banner into his inventory.
Okay.
We are getting aggressive.
Let's do it.
We're moving in. High ground is on the menu.
Well, we'll see if they decide to make this move. Again, 60 seconds with no buyback. Yeah, they're cutting waves, it looks like, or wanting to at least. But they're going to need to deal with this one. Banner down. Buildings open. 33. What can you do to try and stop this bear? Throw out a boomerang. They are smoked behind. So, yeah, Iron Wing need to find a way to get to the real heroes because Yaro is just going to take an entire set of racks.
One range creep.
Yeah.
Gloriously attacking.
And they get it. And honestly, I mean, Iron Wing left. They need to address this.
Well, they can't do anything here.
Yaro is going to keep hitting these buildings. Pure is not in the base right now. And I'm not sure what exactly it is that they're waiting for or think is going to change.
We give up the tier 2s, we give up the tier 3s.
All right, Invoker,
We give up the tier 3s? We give up the tier 3. What? We give up 2 tier 3s? I don't know. They don't have to consider it at the very least. The lane was very far pushed out.
Yeah.
So they will go back, regroup, and I'm sure they have some lovely items to add to their inventories right now.
Right. That's fair. Yeah. I mean, and I guess as Invoker was respawning, Team Spirit were not going to fully commit to it. So just get some good damage onto that building, then head out of there. Butterfly done for Kez.
Okay, that's big.
I feel like Pure really has not been able to do a ton of damage this game. It's been rough for him.
Yeah, he feels like he spends most of his fights just running away, and that has made it rather difficult. Yeah, that level 25 Lone Druid with the Demolish and with a Butterfly, he does not have an MKB. That's pretty much the only thing he doesn't have.
Yeah, that number is not where you want to see your Kez at this point in the game, especially compared to the Lone Druid.
That appeared to be the lowest number.
There's Tusk in there, you know.
Oh, I meant on his team. But
oh,
yes,
yeah.
true.
40
Thank you for finding the hope that they have.
Yes.
He is out damaging the enemy Tusk.
I mean, if you consider the damage amp that he's given to Wind Ranger, it's, you know, might be... All right, the bear. The bear hungers. Ari, get out of there, buddy. And Pure are going to get some separation and immediately TP's out, also on the Invoker. Yeah, Iron Wing definitely just trying to delay this game as much as possible. You can Team Spirit getting those items to shut down that split push.
And they instantly smoke up and say they're going to move up into this top lane as well. So they want to get full control of this area. Just keep seeing the drawing on the map here.
Yep.
First it was from Not Me. Now it's from Ari saying, hey, they're all going to be in here because they want to control the area between the 2 tier 3s that they're pushing. So it makes sense.
Coming from Iron Wing as well, though. Are they going to try and go on this bear? If they do, there's going to be a lot of heroes to join them very soon. Backs away for the moment. Oh, it's a little sketchy here. Iron Wing still kind of thinking about the idea of going in. Dire scanning, not hitting onto anybody. But into the pit, Not Me will go. Now this is going to roar.
Yeah, he's forcing out the roar himself, which is very interesting. But unfortunately, he's not able to get it.
MKB achieved now as well by the Lone Druid. So the Kez had a couple sparse minutes of having Butterfly ready for himself, and now it's not even going to matter.
Yeah, it's tough. Doesn't really help him out very much versus the other matchups either, unfortunately. This is also the big Roche. Third Roche, it drops this lovely thing called the banner.
I love
some cheese, and a refresher shard. So
very nice.
that will be a great way for Iron Wing to get back in the fight, because if you had those items sitting on the high ground, even with a lone druid, that can be a tough one to push into just because it is an invoker.
Yes.
The guy already has a lot of spells. If he gets to throw them all out twice, it can be quite a hurdle to hurdle over.
Sunstrike sees that Roche is up. And you can see the Conjurer's Catalyst. All right, so BZM.
Oh, the what?
He's 25. He's got Conjurer's Catalyst. If there was ever going to be a hero that could pull you back from the brink, it would be this Invoker.
BZM on his Invoker. Has a Linken's as well to try and stay alive. Has to, infest fairly defensively in this one, unfortunately.
And again, for anybody that's not aware, it's as you deal damage, it continues to deal amped damage in an AoE around the target. So it really just amplifies everything. If Team Spirit
It's kind of just good on everyone, but it's really good on Invoker.
Sunstrike looking for the snipe there, can't quite get it.
Oh, very close right now on Iron Wing.
They are. Do they want to go? Ari could think about a bushwhack when they're walking up high ground.
What does he do, though? Does he just like force a BKB and try and get back? Is that what he's thinking? Because he does not have a team for a fight right now.
No, it's looking a little bit dubious there. Invoker is going to go hunt the bear again. BZM finds it. Yadro gets hit on the bear. They bring in some more. Tries to get away. EMP out. Oh, it's so annoying. God. Lone Druid, man.
I mean, little known fact, they can surf, as you can tell by him going so fast.
Wait a minute. Oh, but the snowball save is there. Now Pure is in pretty deep. Looks for the punch, saving Laurel. Sunstrike does manage to connect. BZM on target. Not Me now also found. Team Spirit, are they in a little bit too far?
Where the saves?
Off the two onto the Wind Ranger. They find themselves one. It's Whitemon gone. Pure trying to get out of there. They nullify the amp damage. Collapse continues the chase. They have anything else left in the tank? It's a trade of 1-for-1 with a lot of BKBs used, and now BZM, he might be just ready to play.
I think it's time to find something here.
They're thinking about it. Tornado left up onto two. Yadro, he waits and saves his BKB, though, so they can't go in. Broken now, Sunstrike out, not going to connect onto Rue. BZM runs back forward, finds Collapse. Big meteors down. Oh, look at that damage! BZM with the double kill takes them both out. They're buying back to try and get back into this one. There's no way that can be good, as Not Me in trouble. Found Sunstrike, that one's off the mark. But the hits coming out from BZM. Oh my God, the damage is gonna be nuts.
Yeah, Pure, you had to tip him, because Pure just got insta-dead.
Oh.
Like, he went back into that fight, he got blown up in 3 seconds flat. But it set it up, right? It gave the space for BZM to cast all those spells, and yeah, this is exactly what they have been waiting for from their key player on the Invoker. Yeah, he just died.
I mean, look, there's an issue that's coming out here if they're not careful. BZM, if they can bait out the BKBs, the BZM feels like carry this.
Instantly back down, though.
Brings him down to about half HP, but then gets out. Oh, man. All right, we got a good game. 5K gold lead at 46 minutes means we're going to see some wild stuff here. This is what you want on the TI main stage. Day one, game one.
I mean, the tornado, if you guys keep seeing the tornado keeps hitting on the bear and he just immediately comes back down, it's because when you have the Shroud on the Lone Druid, you can just use your Roar, and then that brings him down, instantly dispels him. So that's why they're instantly trying to follow up, assuming he's instantly going to do it every single time. So they're playing a little mini game here. And yeah, that Refresher Shroud that we talked about, it is being held on Yadro right now. So if you thought 2 bears were bad, what about 3 bears?
Right. I mean, you're not wrong. I feel like so much of this game is going to be, can they catch and kill BZM on Team Spirit? And then likewise for Iron Wing, can they bait out those BKBs? But we are getting into the area where it could start to look a little bit sketchy. Also, since they've taken the tier 2 tower in that mid lane, Iron Wing do have some potential and chances to try and turn this around and, make a quick run down mid.
Yeah, maybe get themselves the outpost too at some point. Bushwhack hits on the bear. BKB is up though. If they could force it, that would be great. But once again, the Roar comes out. back himself away.
And a scythe done for Ahri. So more ways to control these heroes.
One big, relatively recent buff to the Pangolier is that we can no longer refresh BKBs. You know, a much heralded change across Dota 2. Pangolier, obviously, someone who struggles a lot versus BKBs, especially because in the late game, people would often go for refresher BKBs versus this hero all the time, because you just become immune to his constant rolling and stunning about here. But with his own refresher shard sitting on the Pangolier now, and building into a refresher, he's going to have some ridiculous rolling thunders that after the first BKB, there's just nothing you can do.
Right, and you know, there is going to be that issue of, for Iron Wing, there's a lot of like little poke that can force that out. You know, you've got the bear coming in, obviously, as the Tormentor moves in. They're going to get it.
They're going to instantly TV back home because the side of Team Spirit is approaching with a creep wave mid.
Tornado's super annoying to deal with. Yadro pops the BKB, just starts hitting the building. All right, we don't want to fight anymore. We're going to start taking buildings there. Brings it almost all the way down. That's a problem. That's not good for you, Iron Wing.
Okay, but mentally, you know,
Yeah,
mentally you're like, look what they have to do to match us.
they're afraid.
They're so scared. They're BKBing the bear and just trying to take our buildings, guys. We got them on the ropes right now. They can't grow this lead.
I mean, it
has stalled out.
It does depend on mentality a lot, you know? How are these teams going to handle the pressure of TI main stage? You see a bear just run in and take a full set of racks, or just about. How do they respond to that? Are they going to feel like, oh, we have to fight now and then take a bad fight? What's going to be the mentality shift? Is there going to be one?
Well, now his own MKB picked up here on Pure to match the butterfly that's on the Lone Druid, so now we can just shake hands and agree to sell both of those items and buy cooler stuff.
Yes. Okay, I like that.
So you watch Yadro one-tap a Mud Golem.
Oh yeah, the breakout of the Silver Edge. That's funny.
Aghanim Scepter. Now on the Invoker and ready to be blessed.
It's just a little bit more. The creep wave is going to die here in the mid. The Conjurer's Catalyst. And do they find him when he heads out? Thinking about it. Steps forward. Team Spirit. Real close to a couple of heroes here. They're going to break it. Laurel steps in. They don't quite connect onto 33.
All right, the bear's coming, they know.
And onto Whitemon. He's just going to hit the buildings. Do they have any way to do this? Or he's going to hit Kez, force out some reactions? Ulti, half HP already there. The Doom connects onto two separate heroes. Cannot get in with the save. They do manage to
Bear down.
So Tusk now in trouble. Collapse walking in. He's going to back away. And now the Pango is gone. Laurel in trouble. Another one dead.
This
Iron
is a
Wing.
one bear fight.
Yeah, they're taking this fight perfectly. Collapse now also wanting to do something, but it's a TP away from 33. Understood the assignment, gets out before there's trouble, and suddenly this lead is cut down to nothing.
It's bad. It's real bad.
Oh, man.
It was a one bear fight. They miss out on getting the kill onto the racks, right?
Yeah.
And then in the back line, they managed to catch onto the Pangolier. The scythe is there from Ahri. They don't use the cheese. They don't use the refresher shard. It wasn't their full power from Team Spirit. They can think of it like that. But if they were hoping to just steal away a Rax and maybe lose a couple heroes, that ain't happening. They were ready to defend on the side of Iron Wing.
I mean, it's a bold play, and you can start to lose out a little bit more. Definitely, as we can see this replay here.
I mean, that's a full HP bear. Look at him go to work on this thing.
Oh, yeah.
Through the BKB, this stinks of desperation, Lyrical. That's what you say is Iron Wing.
I think you honestly, you're definitely not wrong. When the team stops wanting to fight, it does raise some questions. What's happening? What's going on here? And now they find BZM, though. This is the perfect fight if they can do it. No, the bear is dead, though. Broken and getting out of there, not me. Not able to connect. The Tornado barely manages to find him. And now this Wind Ranger, another death. And Iron Wing, for the first time in this game, are going to take the gold advantage.
Say the line, Lyrical.
I don't know.
Say the line.
I don't know.
What's your voice line? Say it, Lyrical.
Oh, you're welcome to the late game.
Welcome to the late game. It's Iron Wing's late game. They have got the Ags on the Doom. They have the Ags on the Invoker. They have waited for this. All right? They got some big heroes. All right, they have analyzed the situation. You know, 3-3, he plugged it into the computer in his brain. It actually prints out a big paper thing, just like the old PCs. And he's like, we need the Aghanim Scepter on the Doom. That will solve our problems. BZM, get synth your Aghanims. Get the Sunstrikes. The Cataclysm will bring us victory. And here they are.
This is very scary territory. They have delayed this game as long as they needed to, and 52 minutes in. What are Iron Wing going to decide to do now? Are they going to try and take the aggressive front foot forward? Now, Wind Ranger is dead for 50 more seconds. Buyback status, there's a couple heroes on Radiant that don't have it. Collapse has been playing without buyback for a while now. Obviously does have the Ceaseless Dirge ready to go, but Team Spirit, it feels like they need another mentality moving forward of how to deal with it. The Aghanim Scepter on the Doom is clutch.
Yep. The problem is they still only need one because of the bear.
Yeah.
That is a big fear that you still have to hold in your hearts as Iron.
And look at this! They're right onto him right away! Pure getting hit. He's brought somewhat low, but they jump in with the Doom. It's not going to matter. That's Aegis down one time.
All right, bear down.
33. Does he decide to go anymore? Shards keeping 33 out of the fight. He can't blink in. Instead uses the Force Staff forward. And now they find that second Doom, but now maybe they're a bit too far. The refresher out from the Pango. Oh, that's the turn that they needed to get the control. Pure in trouble. 33 in trouble. Iron Wing. What else do you have left on the tank? BZM, you're going to need every little bit.
Oh, he's out on Pure. He escapes.
Gets away for the moment, but still the chase is there. Laurel finds him, cuts him down.
His last bear out here on Yadro after the refresher.
And the slowdown onto BZM. He got him with the overwhelming blink. Can BZM manage to get some separation? Does it look like he's going to be able to escape? But this lead, it's not insurmountable. Iron Wing have to be careful. They don't have buyback on their Keds.
That is a little scary. I mean, there is no Roche to deal with right now, obviously. So that is a bit of an issue. They can't just grab that and go high ground with it.
They want to try and force some buybacks out here and see what's happening on Spirit.
The Bear's back in 50 seconds. They can definitely go for a push here as Team Spirit.
See if that is indeed what they want to do.
What is your one? What's
banner.
your pick, though? You know, how do you get this kill as Team Spirit?
I mean, I don't know. Yadro steps up. They have the banner down. They haven't placed it yet, but they have it on the Tusk if they want to use it.
Like, is it a Blink Shackle from Nami? Can he find? Oh, the roll. They're going in.
The roll onto BZM.
I force them back and just kill the buildings.
That's right. Focusing the buildings where they can. The bear takes down one.
They didn't get the BKB, though. There was no panic from BZM. They're going to hold it.
And the Hex is already out from Ahri. The bear down to about 3/4 HP, saved by Collapse. The Wheel of Wonder already used. Can come out of it in a moment. Shackle not going to latch, but messing a little bit with BZM. And now the BKB, Yadro hitting.
Interesting.
They don't have the Kez for another little while here. Yadro hits, destroys, and now is going to look to take down the range tracks as well. Can't quite get it, but substantial damage dealt to Iron Wing's base. Talk to me, Trent. What are you seeing?
I mean, can't quite get the range racks, right? So they get forced back. They're happy to sack that bear. I think that's okay in this moment. Just fine with that for now. Team Spirit, you just say that, you know, that was good. Like, we got those kills near our base. Killed the Pure on the Kez. We move in. We get, we essentially get a win condition, right? We got the tier 3. Now we're just looking for Megas. That is the play here. They get both Shrines again. A late game snag here for the 56-minuter. That's really nice for Team Spirit. But look what's happened on the net worth chart, right? Like, it is the Lone Druid. It's 3 Dire heroes.
Yeah.
And Kez finally getting over top of the Undying and the Pangolier, which he's been behind pretty much the entire game. Pure has struggled to keep up. It is, as you would hope for, pretty much dead even heading into 60 minutes in terms of who's got this one. A Scouting Cataclysm erupts here out of Iron Wing. They have a Refresher Shard sitting on the Doom. That could be just the one tap you need. Imagine if he dooms the Pango. Like, that could be something that really catches them off guard here.
Look at this, though. So the bear also in mid, while this smoke is happening, is wrapping around to go towards the racks.
Yeah, because the creeps hit bottom.
Yeah, so he's going to go for it. The Doom shows up there for just a moment, but they're immediately going to go in for it. And with
Not
the
like
BKB used, without even a fight, do they quite have enough? No. 190 HP left on that melee rack. But this is the problem. They're going to get megas.
Yeah, and the Bears back in 15 seconds. They're going to have to find a better solution than this. Not me. What are you doing? What are you doing, Nami? What are you doing?
Not me. He's going for it. Oh, why not? The big man up on his first game on the international main stage. The support player comes in and gets the job. A little smile for the job done.
Sneaky. Oh, that's a painful one to give up here as Iron Wing. Now the pressure's really on.
I wonder if they're going to try and make a move while Wind Ranger's dead. I don't know. It's just, I think that they've just got to keep holding out now. Man, a sick play. First time at TI. You love to see it. Not me. He's having a hell of a tournament.
I mean, there was a question, right? He is the only player on this stage who this is their first TI, by the way. Not that you can tell after a move like that.
They see the bear for a moment. Ari hunting, not quite able to get him. And so it looks like they are going to probably get to 60-minute items now. Iron Wing hunting, finds the bear, jumps in. They've got the Ags already down. Laurel finding Kez, keeping him under control.
They're so cautious about their BKBs. They don't want to pop them.
Can do so much damage if they're found by it. Collapse, blinks forward, Shiva's guard out, the slow is there. Yadro sending in the bear, the Doom is down, he has refresher guard if he needs to use it. BKB is finally popped. The stun, the bash in the midst of it. Still has refresher on Doom if he wants to go for it. Laurel taking a ton right there from him, and look at this Ken.
Oh, the snowball.
Ripping him to shred. The snowball save is going to be there. He gets the blink out on Laurel. Rue, though, now is in a bit too far as well. The BKB out. Iron Wing surging forward, now finding another kill. They're TP'ing in with a couple of heroes as the Tusk is going to be found.
The Doom there.
Right on top of him. That's not where he wanted to be, and now the power shot, the slowdown is there. Oh, has to blink away. Good decision, but they move forward onto the bear. Saved by the Tombstone.
Now back out.
Can't quite do the damage. The zombies are chasing. They're running after him. Yadro moving in. Sunstrike. It's on to this Wind Ranger who finally gave out. No! The shackle and latches. They break it and now got him caught. Not me. They thought that they had him for the finish, but now BZM isn't too far. And with Collapse running in, with Yadro there, they find the bash. They get their man. 3 dead Iron Wing. They have buybacks and they're going to need them.
They got creeps coming to the mid lane. I mean, it's mega creeps. They got creeps everywhere. Ari hits a 2-hero pushback. Can he get out of this?
They're chasing, nullify, control, couple more hits. Ari in trouble and Ari dead. They have buybacks again on everybody at this point in the game.
It's been used by the Invoker, used by the Doom. They're moving out of the base.
Keep in mind, they do not have BKBs right now on Team Spirit, so this could be a big window for them if they can find the right fight. Laurel ulti out. He's trying to buy a little bit of time for his bear to get out of there. And Laurel going to retreat. It looks like, well, they find the bear. Okay, not bad. They're going to find it. And that actually is going to be no bear for 30 more seconds if they can kill this one. So Yadro loses another one.
Man, the creeps, though.
Yes, they need to deal with this.
They got some issues happening back at the base.
60-minute items. We're up, we're ready, we're bobbling for Collapse. What did he actually end up even taking there? He went, it's the movement, speed, and evasion, and the mana. But yeah, first time getting a Wind Ranger Hex online in this tournament. Iron Wing playing forward on the map, managed to kill off a courier, which had fairy fires on it at 61 minutes.
You know, sometimes you need a little bit of help.
Still has one more in inventory. Love to see that. Okay.
The big late game items that start coming out. We see stacking of Aeon discs, trying to add an additional layer of save. Save is something they don't have on Iron Wing. You know, they have the Ringmaster box. It should be fair. He doesn't have the Agnum Scepter yet for the second one. That is their one big save that they're working with. But if you can add an Aeon disc, having an additional layer helps a lot.
Right. We also get the Minotaur Horn for the Pango.
That's good.
Collapse. Jumps up high ground, finds his man. Ari died just a little bit ago and with the Meteor Hammer out, but look at Yadro. His eyes are on the buildings. He's starting to hit the tier 4 towers. This could mean that it's actually a good fight for Iron Wing, though. But if they lose their base, maybe it doesn't matter. They're trying to TP back now. They realize they can't do it. Oh, no! The pay goes rolling. They don't have the TPs that they need. Through backdoor protection. He's ending the game. Yaro's had enough. The Hex is there, but there's no regenning at this point. As the Bear gets bushwhacked, he's going to try and end this game. Team Spirit have had enough.
Woo! Well, is that what you would like to start a game on the TI stage? I think we can all agree yes.
What a performance from Team Spirit. They come in, get several kills before the horn, and manage to come away with that victory. Not me with a clutch performance in 33.
That one hurts.
What could have been?
I mean, you could feel it. They were making the comeback, but that late game potential of the Bear, it's so interesting. It's like the early game of the Bear went so much better than usual. Then this struggling mid game, but the late game tactics of the Bear were too much.
Unbelievable performance. Team Spirit take the first game on the main stage.
Oh my gosh, what a treat. That was only our first game of the main stage. It was over 60 minutes. It was a backdoor lone druid bear. Just one little bear against the world, and he made it happen. What a fantastic way to start this series, Saber.
This was incredible. I hope that every single TI game is as good as this one. I feel like both teams have played absolutely insane. Spirit obviously with their lead, but also Iron Wing with being able to play the game despite the horrible start. I don't know how, but 33, he came back from such a bad lane. He was so farmed. And then, I don't know, this ending was just pure cinema.
It was. I think it could have been either team's win, Ray, until the very end.
It could have been. I was so impressed by Iron Wings and how they held this game out. I mean, you can see the way they're playing the map is so beautiful with how they're, stacking their triangle up, so much to try and bring back that net worth deficit. I mean, the net worth stayed very, very close for like most of the early game, despite all the kills happening. The way they were placing their wards on the map as well was so defensive. They had wards at all of the entrances to their jungles. They had it in the mid lane. They were covering everything to try and feed as little as they could. I think they punished everything perfectly. They held this one out. Even like Spirit played fantastic, of course, but Iron Wings have to be commended for how well they did in such a situation.
I mean, this game is a really good example of why laning phase just doesn't really feel like it mattered as much, Like the early game, Iron Wing just lost their lanes, they lost the 7-minute Wisdom Shrines, but it just didn't really feel like it was a huge deal. They were still able to farm because there's just so much camps on the maps to farm. They slowly played, they were really patient, and they found the right openings, and they were able to really slowly, allow this Doom with the Midas as well come back into the game.
And I also think it's 33 choice of neutral, and maybe we will have more to talk about that. But he can just farm waves and stacks with this Ogre Smash. It's very smart from him.
And it did so much. And at this point already, we're like, okay, Iron Wing, they waited it out long enough, and now they are the team that takes the lead. But I think later on, obviously, Iron Wing did a great job at being in this position to begin with, but this is when the fights are decided by just who fights
It's
best.
the role. I think a couple of fights, Spirit took bad fights because they were chasing beyond the role. So they were able to identify the situation, which is if Larl has no role, he kills the target, they need to back, they need to play with the role. And you could see in the later fights, they were able to understand that. They were only playing with the role, we get one kill and then we back off and we reset. And the moment they figured that out, that was when the team fight started to sway towards Spirit's favor. So kudos to them for being able to figure out what was the problem during the game. It was such a tense game, and I don't feel like every single team would be able to figure that solution quickly.
I think so either. And I think, Winter, you already mentioned at the very start of the day, this Tusk, speaking of roles, he had some brilliant ones as well.
Yeah, in the early game, you could see like the power of the Tusk. So I'm sure we're going to see some clips later on. But the hero gave Team Spirit the lead they were able to accrue in the early game because Tusk is a hero that could do so much in the early game. He's the only hero that was able to gank the mid lane at 4 minutes. He killed BZM. He was able to just snowball the game. They were able to take the 7-minute Wisdom Shrines, and that set up Team Spirit in a very good position in the first 10 minutes.
18-0-9 on Yatoro in a 63-ish minute
You say that
game.
like it's impressive. It's Lone Druid. He was across the universe in a little
Wait, he
camp
had
somewhere.
0 deaths?
Yeah.
I think that's impressive because he was hunted. He was hunted at times.
I will say it was
never
nice to
successfully
see the
done.
way he swung across the map because, like, usually sometimes you see the Lone Druids play just in those like two camps on the side of the map, and then it becomes a bit predictable. But I think he also still moved with his team as they moved on the map, so he always had that layer between him.
Yeah, very well played. I think maybe if you want to contest him being the MVP, which I don't think a lot of people would, but maybe Collapse would be a close second. He played fantastic on that.
Yeah, the Undying, you can't go wrong. I'm so happy that we finally had offlane Undying, and he cooked. He was so good. He was left alone by his supports because they played with Yatoro, and he just 1v2'd this lane. And I also love his build. I'll talk about it a bit more later. He's so smart and so good at the game.
It was a fantastic showing of Team Spirit and Iron Wing, to be fair. A lot of people might be talking at the start of this game about how that would impact the rest of the game that played out. Because the start of the game, Team Spirit had a fantastic momentum going. And to learn more about that, we're heading over to Purge.
Thank you, Shiva. Yes, that early game moment was super, super impactful for how the game went for Lone Druid. Check this out. Before they even got across the map, Team Spirit instantly moved to this spot to put a ward. They hoped or anticipated that Iron Wing would use the gate to come through to get aggressive, and they spotted the enemy smoke. That's what led to that early fight as they crossed the map. They posted up on this cliff. They didn't show up there, so what they did instead is they sent the bear around the left side to break the smoke. That told them that their opponents were still here, and this allowed them to get ready, and they did this little juke move with Tusk going like this to say, oh no, it's just me by myself. Nope, surprise. It's actually a trap for you instead. So they kill 3 heroes, only losing 1, which gets them off to an amazing start here. An instant Band of Elven skin here for the Lone Druid, which is getting him 6 damage and 6 attack speed. And check this out. This part was really cool as well. The camps are about to spawn, and for support, it's super important that the Radiant blocks this camp and the Dire blocks this camp. So there's usually a little support battle that goes on here. But Rue is going to end up blocking the camp and instantly ditching to go start a gank here or a kill on the Doom, which they're successful with. So they basically get off to a great start here. They kill Hoodwink shortly after this, and it just continues. 2 minutes into this game, he's got power treads. He's got 35 attack speed and movement speed advantage over his opponent. And a short moment later, 4 minutes, Doom is just zoned from the lane. He can't be here anymore because of how amazing this early game went for the Lone Druid. He even does this creep cutting thing here where he thinks, there's no way my opponents will come here. It's so far out of their way. They teleport both heroes because they don't want him to get any farm on this map at all, and they run him down and they kill him. Very, very tough early game for 3-3. They even try to kill Lone Druid here a bit with the Wisdom Shrine spawn, but they win this fight as well. So take a look at this net worth advantage here. Heroes are supposed to be about the same. Look at this giant advantage that Yatoro had. He had basically the best early game Lone Druid performance of the whole tournament, and this really carried them throughout the game.
Thank you very much, Purge. That is insane to see. And I love that little ward. You talked about the wards already. That little ward at the very start of the game, Ray, I can only imagine that comes from them having studied Iron Wing. It's like, hey, sometimes they do this.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen lots of silly little plays from different teams where, like, you know, sometimes they wrap so far around they're like behind the tier 2 looking for a first blood. And then, like, that was a really nice play to call out and keep a watchful with the ward. So yeah, I think this is just goes to show the amount of prep. This is the gap as well that we've seen between the group stage and now the main stage is like this kind of thing, this kind of edge. It gets you.
It does, and it leads to big advantages in favor of Team Spirit. Now, we had a couple of fights after that were very Spirit favored. No surprise there with the Lone Druid being so far ahead with Yatoro there. Winter, you have one you'd want to highlight with that a little bit later on in the game, minute 16.
Yeah, so it was like when I think it was Iron Wing trying to attack the safe lane tower of Team Spirit. They got the tower, but they couldn't really escape. You know, they lost I think a couple of heroes. Team Spirit smoke from the river. They were able to kill I think 3 heroes. I think this is the start of the game where I felt like why I favored Team Spirit, because their heroes are much stronger in the pre-20 minutes fights. Like, it's very difficult to run into the roll and the tombstone. You're not going to be able to take those fights. So as Iron Wing, you can only just run, you know, every time you see the enemy coming in, and that's why I didn't really like their overall setup. I felt it was really greedy. They did a good job like holding the game together, but I feel like they don't really have a lot of say in the game for the first 20-25 minutes. They could only respawn. They did a good job, but I don't really like playing Dota like this.
I don't think anybody likes playing Dota against the Lone Druid. either. So I think maybe that one might be addressed because I think maybe that would make their game, Iron Wings game, a lot easier next time around. It is a hero that normally gets removed. And I think, Rhea, you have another one where the bear is the focal point.
Well, this was the nice thing. I wanted to highlight how Iron Wings were trying to play around it, because there was a moment when Yatoro sends his bear top lane, as you can see here, to try and push this in. He goes a little bit too far, and whilst the bear lives here and gets away, which is a criminal, by the way, the fact of the matter is the bear is now low. And after this moment, after it gets away, after it TPs away, it is too low to join a fight, right? And now mid lane, Iron Wings are going to take this fight engagement instead. And this is now so good for them because there is no bear here to follow up on what Team Spirit can have, right? They get the Aegis, which is, you know, their massive power spike now removed. They're going to go in, they're going to use their role, but there's no bear. There's no bear. And as a result of them taking such a smart fight and not losing heroes, you know, they lose the Ringmaster, right? But they're going to peel off, they're going to move back, they're trying to get out. And then now they're going to choose to take a second engagement afterwards and now go back in now that they know there's no role. The bear's here, but it doesn't matter because now Iron Wings can come in. BZM can do so much damage with his Invoker. Like, look at this combo. It kills the Pango and the bear, gets those kills, gives them an advantage. And this all happened because Yatoro over-pushed with his bear and because Iron Wings were able to split their heroes appropriately to deal with that push and then take advantage of it on the mid lane.
Yeah, it's crazy to watch this back. I think, Saber, when you see Yatoro play a game like this, and there were a lot of bear shenanigans in this one, was that needed? Because he was backstabbing and taking those buildings a lot, and a lot of people would say, like, yeah, just go for an honest, even fight.
And that's the beauty of Lone Druid. You can feed your bears. It doesn't even matter. You know, obviously, if the enemies fight you right after, it's a little bit of a problem. But since you're not playing a real hero, but you're playing this bozo hero of Lone Druid, where you basically, your real hero is the bear, and if it dies, it's fine. You just resummon it. It is not fun. Yeah?
Refresher to resummon it again.
Yes, and he got Octarine as well later on. So that's even more bears. As if you...
Why pick Rave King when you have Lone Druid?
Exactly.
That's true. Let's focus our attention on the offlanes here, Saber, because these two definitely were also shining stars for both their teams.
I wanted to point out how amazing both of these guys itemized. You could see on the Doom, he bought the Shiva, he had Axe or the Ethan, and the Octarine. So he just blinks in, he has a massive Doom around him. It sadly didn't help, but this hero late game is an absolute menace once he gets to this point. And on the other side, we have the Undying, which I really love his build. He went Face Boots into Octarine first item. You don't see that very often, but it just helps you farm. It reduces the cooldown on your innate, which is the free respawn. So it goes from 6 minutes to 5 minutes, and that's good. And then, yeah, he just becomes really tanky. He got his strength blink. He has the bigger AoE from Shiva as well. So he's just DKing left and right. He's farming super fast. This is how you play offlane, ladies and gentlemen.
And this was, as far as Undying goes, that was the overall first pick coming out. Do you think that this will be something that will be run back? Because this was a flex pick, but now Collapse has proven he's very capable of playing it on the offlane.
I sure hope so. And I feel like these tournaments, they have a tendency of, like, once you see a hero work in a certain position, other people will copy it, and it gives everybody else confidence. Oh, I see this Undying, we can probably run it offlane. If Collapse can do it, I can also do it, is what all the other offlaners are saying. So I will expect more Undying picks, but also more Undyings that will turn to be offlane.
But in this series, I don't think 33 wants to play Undying. He's not a type of hero.
He's not an Undying player. I think he'll stick to his guns and hope for like a better early game than this game.
No Lone Druids.
No,
yeah,
Lone Druid.
hopefully.
Maybe that's is that indeed, Rhea, where you would take this? You would just say, well, ban the Lone Druid, go again.
Yeah, I think the Lone Druid was more of the problem. Or maybe just being more aware of like Tusk's ability to run you over. Because if you don't give it to him, it's not like he scales like that well into the late game. And I think, yeah, they just kind of gave away too much. Like, even then, it was more on the mid games. And like, you still have this... you can't just be reactive about like Undying. You can't just ban that because then you're giving something else away. It's hard, man. Drafting's hard.
Drafting is very difficult, which is why oftentimes the coach comes into play. You know, he has a helicopter view and he'll know exactly where to take things as the players are once again ready to take the stage for the second game of this best-of-3 series. Luckily for us and for everyone watching, neither of these teams will get eliminated, as this is still the upper bracket. The first matchup these two teams are playing on the main stage, and the first series that Not Me is playing on any TI stage to begin with. And I think that he crushed it. I want to take a second to applaud his... I want to take a second to applaud Not Me's Wind Ranger, where the barracks were super low already. You know, the bear had already died, so he couldn't finish it. We know it's Not Me's first time in the booths, in the international booths. And we talked about it. We don't think the pressure would get to him. We think he'll be fine with it. But I think we saw it in action there, Winter, being able to just go for that play, go for that barracks. You know, he gave his life for it, gets the mega creeps. That's when you know that nerves are not an issue.
Yeah, that's exactly what you would do in a pub. You know, you see the wreck and you just go dive for it. And that's great, you know, seeing that from him. You know, he's playing like he's in a pub, he's relaxed. And that's great for a young player. And I do want to go back to what Alex mentioned about like the support duo. I do feel like the Tusk could be something that's really important. I do think that it's good on both sides, where it allows them to play their game either on Ahri or on Rule on his Tusk. And I think this hero is going to be a very key hero. It's not a very imbalanced or like OP hero, but I think in this particular series, comparing how both the teams are playing, it could be a very critical hero.
It could for sure, as we are seeing if BZM can have maybe also more impact. He had a good Invoker, don't get me wrong. But if we compare the Invoker and Undying, those were the first two picks for both teams respectively. Overall, first pick Invoker does not leave Rhea any room for flexibility. And that might be a handicap in this one.
Potentially, but also it is sacrificial in a nice way. You're like saying, you're stating this is the hero I'm going to play. This is, I can do stuff with it, right? And you give more to your teammates. So really, we should be blaming everyone else because they got the later picks.
Yeah.
And they didn't win with it. So, I mean,
no, I feel like he cooked. Like, BZM Invoker is something else. I think that he is the only reason why they were able to stay in this game for so long. Honestly, this Ghost Walk in dealing damage is a little bit busted. He's just pushing every single wave. In the fight that we saw when he threw the triple meatball, that is also not okay. How does it deal so much damage? When you get your Chasm Stone or Shiva, your AoE on all your spells becomes bigger. However, it doesn't actually become bigger in reality. So you don't see how big the meteor is. You're just getting meteored and cooked from inside, and you don't even know where it's coming from.
We'll have to see if he gets his hands on that again then, as we are very soon ready to get game number 2 underway. I think game 1, both teams, they're not going to be too sad about how things went. Team Spirit took it in the end, but Iron Wing fought valiantly, and they almost made it happen. Let's see what happens in the next one.
Iron Wing versus Team Spirit. Game 2.
Drafting time, and we get to see what changes the teams have talked about in the break and what changes the coaches feel like is necessary going into this next game. As we are having Iron Wing on the Radiant side, Team Spirit on the Dire side, so that's swapped around. We also swapped our pick order, meaning it is Iron Wing with first pick and Team Spirit with overall last pick. Heroes to look out for on the bans are the Lone Druid from the previous game and still the Earth Spirit as well, as we will keep talking about that as long as it's not banned, because that is still a menace. Other than that though, curious if that Undying gets addressed, but it's Iron Wing's first pick, so they get to dictate how it will go down. Earth Spirit still banned out. Ember Spirit actually still in, even though we see it banned out in the first phase of the previous game.
we might see Spirit choose to ban the Undying here if they feel like Iron Wing will cause a problem with it. But I honestly wouldn't be against an Invoker first pick again. I mean, they can take Centaur because they've really favored that throughout the tournament, but the Invoker was really good. It actually did 86,000 damage
Yeah.
last game. It did the most in the game.
All right, all right.
And they already removed Slada, so it probably
Yeah.
means that the idea is there, you know, for Iron Wing. They want to open with the Invoker.
Okay, well, I guess that's what Spirit were tossing up. Sorry, BZM.
It's
Yeah.
a good ban. I like it. You don't
I'm
want to.
convinced.
Yeah, you don't want to give BZM his Invoker. You kind of want to force them to play something else.
Oh, look at our boy in the crowd.
Mira has been spotted. All right, Iron Wing with the overall first pick.
So,
Do they want to steal that Undying? Does Team Spirit even... You know what? You're coming into this best of 3. Okay, they do want to steal the Undying. Because I was curious, like, do you even want to do the same plan 2 times in a row, or want to just completely change it to keep the enemy team on on their toes?
I think you can just run it back, to be fair, especially when the hero is flexible. So they could easily just play it 5. But yeah, Iron Wing decide to take it. Whitemon does have a super strong Undying. I don't think they will play it off lane. But I don't think you need to.
So in the group stages, I think I remember seeing Spirit utilize Death Prophet against Undying lane. So do you think that that's practically the only reason why you would pick you want a range offlaner against Undying if you know Undying's on your lane?
You want at least one range hero. Either it's the 4 that's just gonna keep hitting the Undying and keep you away from the offlaner, or you can just have the offlaner be the range hero, such as Death Prophet, who can heal herself with her Spirit Siphon. And we got the Lina, very nice pick against Undying. It's very high range. You can kill the Tombstone. I am hoping it's gonna be carry, but they could play it mid as well. But I think that carry Lina is a little bit better answer to Undying, as you don't really rely on bursting someone. You're just kind of dishing out tons and tons of damage.
I think another important thing to note, like last game, we saw Team Spirit able to pick up every single Roshan, like kind of as soon as it was available for them. And you can do that with Undying, because you can place a Tombstone like on the Roshan and it will hit the tomb, and then it's just kind of free. But when you do that multiple times, you get Roshan's banner. And I feel like last game we saw that it was really difficult for Iron Wings to be able to actually destroy that banner. Lina is a hero that now, if Iron Wings would implement that, take Roshan's early and have that banner up, like Lina can help deal with that too.
It's true. Yeah, you can. Lina is good hero, like both with and against banner as well.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see if Centaur gets banned out. It is a very nice hero both against and with Lina. Against, because you don't really want to hit him because of his retaliate, and with, as he is able to like save her with his axe, and also.
So you're saying they should just pick it right now, right away, as soon as they exit this ban phase for Team Spirit?
It is not as easy to play it against Undying, so I feel like Spirit might be a little bit more wary, and they might just pick like double sub here to address the Undying. But I think for Iron Wing they could easily just pick it after this ban and get their offlaner going. They already have a support.
Yeah. So probably it's better for them to just ban it, not to worry about it, since it counters Lina so much.
Yeah.
They're taking some time to think about what they should be banning at this point. The Centaur surely will be part of the conversation. What other
this
topics
ban
do
is
they have?
super critical for the second pick side when you ban and you pick the next hero here. So usually you see teams take a lot of time at this phase. But they opted to go for the Kotal, so they're worried about this Kotal Undying lane.
Yeah, it's a strong hero. You can stack camps with it. As we saw from the first game, even though they were behind, they had a massive stack in their triangle that they farmed later on with the Doom and the Invoker. So you kind of avoid having to deal with that if you're not against Kotal. And yeah, it's just a strong hero. Nice pairing for BZM if he's gonna play some Spirit.
Clockwork coming out. Looks like that will be our safe lane. That's a common
And
pairing.
this is probably going to really discourage the Undying offlane. You don't want to be playing Undying offlane against Clock.
You do not. The mana burn is too annoying. Yeah, I think Spirit just decided to have a very solid safe lane to start off the draft. You want like something that protects the Lina. It doesn't necessarily address Centaur too much on Clockwork. They can easily pick that on Iron Wing, but perhaps they want to get a little bit more exotic with it. We'll see.
And another Hoodwink coming our way for Ahri.
Yeah, I think he played very solid last game. There's no need to change it up too much. He had very solid performance on Hoodwink. You can't really go wrong with this hero, and it pairs really nicely with Undying. You have like a teamfight guy, and then you have a pick-off guy that's just gonna, you know, set up kills, and you have a stun.
That's an Ember Spirit coming out. I have a question. We have not got Lone Druid banned, and I know there is flex potential on the Lina. Is this anything we should be worried about for either team, to be honest?
So I'm not sure about how the matchup goes, Lina against Ember. I imagine it's okay for Ember because you survive all the Lina spells with your Flame Guard. So that would mean that Spirit does not want to put Lina mid. They would need to put it carry. So they can't pick the Lone Druid. However, Pure can still easily do it. I'm not sure if he wants to play it against Lina, but it's not bad. Once you get to the Silver Edge and you manage to bring the bear on top of the Lina, she is in big trouble.
I imagine they have to like put the Lina on carry and just counter this Ember right now here.
Yeah.
Probably feels more suitable. I don't think there's any flex heroes remaining on the mid and the off lane. I guess if they wanted Pango, but Pango's not really that great against Ember.
Yeah, against Ember you have to decide to go one or two ways. One is you counterpick the Ember and you try to just demolish him in lane, and that kind of enables you to play the game. Or the other, since Ember is such a strong mid laner and teams usually play through him, you want a hero that doesn't do the same thing because you will lose it. Like, okay, we got the Underlord. That's a nice counterpick to Ember. You have like your root.
Another hero that really counters Ember from the support is Willow. I feel like Willow is one of the crazy strong heroes against Ember because you catch him in the root and the Terrorize, you can always kill him in the early game.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of works with Underlord and Clock too. They can set up for your Bramble.
Mm-hmm. It's a nice pairing with Clockwork for sure.
I do think they have a very nice, robust lineup on Spirit right now as well. With Iron Wings picks, I just see them now having a lot of kill threat on the map. I was honestly wondering if they might like to take the Dragon Knight, because we've seen it come up more and more prevalence in the group stage, and I really like it because it's like you have so many heroes like Spirits in the mid lane that it just provides you the extra bit of catch, but also it gives you a really nice way to just take the tower if they do want to rotate with runes, so you're not like as...
And on top of that, when you have Underlord off lane, you like your mid laner that has a stun so that you can actually ulti. And if you have a mid laner which doesn't really initiate, it doesn't feel very good playing Underlord in a game like this. And I think Underlord is the type of off lane, maybe you can tell me if I'm wrong, whenever I see this hero, I feel like you need a mid laner that pairs well with him. You can't just pick the Underlord for just wanting the Underlord and just pick another mid hero that doesn't really work with him.
Yeah, you're totally right. I think for both of the global offlaners, which is Underlord and Dawnbreaker, that want to connect globally with their ults, you want a mid laner that's a playmaker that's gonna like set up things on the map for you, and then you're just like farming, pushing out lanes, and then eventually you connect with the gate. And we got the Lifestealer counter pick. Very nice against Underlord.
Very tough lane.
Yeah. It could go both ways, to be fair, because you do have like 15-20 more damage on the Underlord than on the Lifestealer. So if you're really good at last hitting and you manage to outlast it pure, then it can go...
Is this the lane where you should get Aura early as Underlord?
I don't think so. I think you still keep the Firestorm. It's a very strong spell, and he's not gonna wanna rage every single Firestorm, so you can just secure your range or a range deny, or like enemy range. With the Firestorm, he kind of needs to calm down with the Lifestealer. It just gets bad a little bit later on. Like, once he gets phase boots, level 5, then I think Underlord will just go jungle, which is fine. I think this is fine matchup for both teams. Team Spirit at least have a hook shot, so that's one BKB piercing stun that they have against the Lifestealer. I don't think they're too sad or like too distraught about the Lifestealer pick.
It seems like Iron Wing is keeping their options open, or rather Spirit's options open. They ban out the Morphling, so they remove another carry from the pool.
The Lifestealer counter.
Yeah.
And also against Undying, you steal the Tombstone. It's not fun. So that's a very good ban actually.
Yeah, what else is good against Lifestealer and Undying? Kind of feel like they need a mid hero for sure, right? I don't think they want to have the Lina as mid.
Yeah. He could play some Viper on Laurel. That's like a hero that absolutely smashes Ember Spirit. However, it's not really a playmaker. We'll see which way they decide to go, if they want to just dump.
So you're saying the
December.
choice they have here is whether they want to counter the lane or they want a hero that rounds up their whole
Yeah,
line.
exactly.
Or they could have a hero that does both, which kind of probably doesn't feel like there is one right now.
Oh, actually,
Maybe Tiny could be at that. It makes plays. It's okay in the lane.
I do have the hero. It is Slark mid.
Ah.
We've been seeing it a little
I
bit.
saw that. I didn't like it.
You don't
I'm
like
gonna
it?
be a contrarian. When I watched that play out, Ember went basically even in net worth against the Slark.
It was just noob Slark.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, right.
Another carry banned by Iron Wing. As well, they keep the flex potential open on the Lina. It does seem like on the other side we need an offlaner for Iron Wing. Any thoughts on what that offlaner needs to be able to do? The Doom that 33 played in the previous game is still in the pool.
Do they want a Helm hero here? To run the Lina down? Like something that can, like some Lycan type hero?
You could do Lycan, yeah. It's good against Clockwork. However, I think they need something that's a bit more active, as the Lifestealer will just kind of be farming. The Centaur is still in the pool. It is not the best against Underlord, however, as he has percentage damage for you, and he also roots you, so you don't really... It's harder to stampede out.
Every time we reach this, I always think of 8 different heroes, and they end up picking Doom.
Yeah, he does like Doom.
Every time.
Every
I'm like,
time.
look at all these fun offlaners that exist, and they always pick Doom.
But it's comfort. We did see him having a he was heavily focused in that previous game, right? They knew where he was going to move. They tried to slow down his farm as much as they could.
Yeah, I mean, he had a great game last game, and he's probably going to have a great game again. I do wonder how they're going to itemize, because last game we saw 33 buying Midas and going like Devour, and I've seen Lifestealers, go between, sometimes buying Midases themselves and sometimes not, just going straight for the Radiance. So I don't want them to get too greedy, because Spirit could punish that.
And the Shadow Fiend as the final pick for Team Spirit. And that means we are going to have the mid Lina on our hands, and Yatoro will play Shadow Fiend. Is that, because both teams are kind of considered turret heroes, as we call them. They just stand, they hold their ground, they just hit. Is that a little bit too much of the same thing, Saber?
I don't mind this pick. I think Lina plays in a way where you're just gonna get your axe and you're gonna be flying around the map looking for pickoffs, and it is very nice, like both against Lifestealer and Ember, because you can just pick them off if you have enough damage and if you have your Dark Willow with you. Yeah, I don't mind it. I'm a little bit worried about this Lina lane. I think he can get ganked by Hoodwink and Undying very easily, and then it's gonna be very rough. However, if Laro survives the laning phase, I think it's a very nice Lina game.
Do you feel like they have like too greedy of a setup, since they don't really have a way to, I guess, utilize the Underlord ulti in the early stages? It wouldn't be so easy, not impossible.
Yeah, it is. You don't necessarily have to do it. I think this Underlord will be utilized much more defensively, holding towers, getting some auras or Lotus, and making sure that these other two cores have a good game going.
Thoughts, Rhea, on what you think will happen on this one?
It could be a little bit too greedy.
Yeah.
But maybe Underlord could get Ags Rush going, and then you just control Ember with the pit and make it so we can't sit on your backline turrets, and that would be nice.
That would be nice. Are we going to a game 3, Winter?
No.
Whoa.
Unfortunately, no. I don't think so.
Wow.
You think it's too strong?
I mean, there's a chance, but I feel like Spirit's early game, like, even though I feel like they're a bit greedy, but they should be able to secure the runes. It's going to come down to the runes, and they have the best support at the runes, Clockwork.
But I've been told that Lina versus Ember is not necessarily swaying in the way of Lina.
That is what I've said,
Yes,
and
it's
I
what you
stand by it. I think it's gonna be fine for Iron Wing. That is, like, I think they have much better mid lane setup. So it just depends how hard they cook. If they manage to push it to the limit and kill Laro.
Okay, that seems like a lot of pressure on that mid lane. I will also remind you guys that those first 10 minutes of the previous game didn't really mean as much as later we got, but we're going to pay attention to how Ember versus Lina is going to play itself out. But before we see that, we are going to check if it's Slacks. He's found Miposhka.
Thank you so much, Shaver. Yes, we are here with Miposhka. So good to see you here on the TI Grand stage again. How are you feeling being back here once more?
I feel great. No, I really like the crown, and I feel like I'm kind of excited when I'm not playing. So I really enjoy.
Oh, absolutely. Fantastic. Well, I did want to ask you a little bit about Not Me. Now, Team Spirit obviously does amazing in front of a crowd. You guys get a lot of energy. That was his first game. It was pretty good seeing the Wind Ranger steal that last Rax. How's he doing in there? Is his mental good? Is he like the rest of the team or a little nervous? How's the man feeling?
No, I would say that he still improve with every game, and he not stable as like a new player on Tier 1 team. But I guess like, he move very fast, and everyone helps him with that. So we believe in him, and we're just trying to let him do what he wants to do. Always, maybe sometimes even too much.
Great. Well, definitely seems to be working. All right, I'm going to ask you one quick question. Any chance for a Game 3?
I think yes.
Yes, there might be a Game 3. All right, let's find out as we throw to our casters for this incredible Game 2.
Thank you so much, Slack. Apparently, there might be a Game 3. We'll have to see what indeed does happen as we're out to that one.
Was I supposed to say that?
Like, did we win? What happened there? Yeah. But yeah, did manage to find that victory. And love to hear also about Not Me and how he's sort of dealing with there, saying, maybe not as stable, but trying to make sure that he feels as comfortable as possible doing what he needs to do. And it's good to go into something like this with maybe a little bit of adrenaline.
Yeah. I mean, he was fired up. As he said, he feels a little nervous, a little excited being here with the crowd because they are cheering for them like crazy. Rue attempted to get them going even more with the Chinese Dota baby line, so he's really trying to sway the whole crowd here. That's his plan right now.
You know the other thing, and this was something that's always stood out to me about Dota, right? If you look at other forms of, ball sports or whatever that are out there in the world, you start playing at a young age and you got your parents on the sideline.
Right, yeah.
And then you're like in middle school and maybe there's some people doing a TP away. First blood, Whitemon draws it. And then as you just keep going up the levels, you get more and more used to a crowd. But for many of these players, it's the very first time that they're playing in some of the biggest tournaments of the world, and suddenly they're surrounded by people. It's a lot to deal with in a way that many other people haven't.
Yeah, usually the only large crowd they're used to is their avoided list. That's the biggest group of people they've ever seen in their lives.
Fair enough. Well, we'll see how they're able to do in this one. Ahri get chased down, brought down by Rue, so 1 kill apiece as they reopen up that camp. 33 will manage to get the pull over in front of his tower, though, most likely. As Collapse is getting chased down by Whitemon, drops a pit to drag the creeps back for a moment, and then is going to take it back to base.
Yeah, let's go all the way home because of his resource situation right now. And this is just the life versus Undying.
Yeah.
Right? But, you work with Not Me as well. They're going to keep dragging waves, trying to reduce the speed that they're moving at here. So hopefully Collapse will get back there in time to get some of this XP and gold.
Annoying as he did manage to connect those waves before he pulled it around the side. So, yeah, that's going to be a little bit tough. I think Pure is going to be off to a hot start in that bottom lane is what it looking like so far, at least.
Yeah, a couple denies there already. Well, at least it's going better for Ironwing than the last game because Yadro doesn't have a killing spree at this point in the game.
Nobody smoked. They did not smoke out to try and take a fight. That is for sure.
Yeah, a little reset option here.
As Rue, they decide to turn now onto Yadro, but the Cogs push back, buying some time.
Quick
goes for a second salvo with Not Me right there. Oh, he missed on that raise, though. Needs to get a little bit of separation from 33. Turns, hits, gets the kill. Now they're still on to Whitemon here, and wow, the Hoodwink comes in and manages to finish that one off.
Yadro saw it coming, but couldn't get the distance in time by juking up to the north there, and such early rotations into the enemy safe lane there. Like Whitemon coming through the twin gate, TP immediately from Not Me, sorry. So they know that this is coming. Or at least they're very prepared to have these TPs up and ready to try and engage. So losing their SF. Unfortunate there for Team Spirit. Collapse finds a few more last hits here, but obviously still struggling more than any of their core in the game right now.
Yeah, it's not going to be a good time. I mean, Lifestealer is already annoying, and obviously Undying. This is what you do to heroes almost every time. Does manage to pull this wave all the way back to his tower, though, and that's going to force Whitemon away. And in the mid lane, we'll see how that one goes, as there's a big pull, 33, not wanting to lane like normal.
This is such an interesting mid matchup because you heard Saberlight talking about on the panel this idea of does Lina really win that hard? And I would say that out of all the mids in this tournament, Larl and BZM tend to be the ones that don't really push their advantage that hard in the lane. It's not often I watch a lane and be like, oh, they're dominating the lane. I feel like they're both kind of eke it out mid laners, get to some farm, and then make plays with their team.
Right.
So I want to see if Larl can actually take advantage of this matchup. You know, can he find the edge that may or may not be there?
Well, Collapse goes down, but yeah, that's going to be something to watch for. And already you can see 31-9, definitely a better time over this Ember.
Yeah, the creeps are dying right now as he's back home regenning.
Yeah,
And he has a TB to the tier 2. He's scared.
that's not where you want to be.
No,
He's
he's
chasing Ari
jungling.
here and pulls him up to the high ground for a moment. Will still manage to get a hit off as they're trying to just continue to mess with Ari here. Not me. Is still chasing him, and I guess, yeah, with the Brambles out and already finding a couple more hits. Does he go for the courier snipe? He decides to TP away instead. That's not going to work, sir.
A couple options there.
At 33, brought down again. Team Spirit,
Wow,
their
this-
early game.
What?
He was
Hey, what happened there? He got caught by the cogs from the rapid. Oh, because where he was pulling the creep wave. Because Rue was camping mid for the longest time, waiting for BZM to get back. But then he hits a flare to help with the gank onto the Hoodwink, and then he walks up the river to catch cogs on the dupe. I felt like he was wasting his time.
These supports are doing a really good job. BZM will manage to get that illusion rune and needs it playing on this Ember. Collapse. Oh, it's just out of range. Oh, that's annoying.
Oh, did they